Hey NFI, it is Monday the 6th of April 2020 and we're currently experiencing what you may call an unusual and unprecedented time in the world right now. However, I'm going to put all that aside to talk about me. Okay, when I say talk about me, what I actually mean is people talking about me in a day in which I am honoured as some kind of person who is important or relevant. I'm not either of those things. I just like to point out, in my own consideration at least, despite what I may do in various communities online. However, during the early days of NFI, we had a theme week called Dave is Great. The point of that was simply to talk about something that is great. It wasn't talking about me, it was like an in-joke at the time. But of course, people being sarcastic on NFI, and was quite a close group of friends back then, decided to make it literally about me. Due to that, there was someone different posting every single day talking about me. And while some people did go to a wider discussion about other things that are great, every single person talked about me. It's funny how so many people managed to get one over on me by doing it, but by day 4 of this theme week, I just looked saying, this is going to happen every day, isn't it? And it more or less did. Which you'd think I'd like, because I play up as having an ego, but honestly, I don't. I consider myself quite a humble individual. Wait, no, saying that makes me sound like I have an ego and I'm trying to play it down. Great. I can't get out of this either way. So I'm going to finish this short video off by showing you a couple of clips from those early videos where people are talking about me, some slightly more sarcastic than others. Most of these people who made these videos at the time no longer actually physically make videos and have moved on to do something completely different. Kind of a history lesson. All the while centered around having a nice Dave. I said that and I regret it.
Hey Nerd Fighters, as you already probably know, this week's theme is Dave is Great, and it's not just talking about Dave, it's also talking about what other things that we think are great, and that's sort of what Dave wants me to talk about, but I'm not going to. I just want to talk about Dave. Dave swag. But seriously, Dave has been amazing in creating the smaller community through Nerdfighteria and the Ning, and I've been able to meet so many people, and this past week I went to VidCon and I actually met people that are part of this channel on the NFI, and I also got to meet and be friends with somebody that I found through somebody on the Ning. It's not just the work that Dave has put into NFI that makes him great, he's also an actually pretty amazing dude. And we all hate him, so it's great.
I mean, if I had to make a list of the top 5 people that have ever existed in the history of the world, I mean, the haymakers, the big guys on that list are probably Dave, Einstein, and one of the popes. Sure, why not? But Dave's like the easy one to pick. I mean, I actually have to think about everybody else. When greatness is in front of you, I think at some points in your life you have to recognize it. And I'm glad that as a Nerdfighter community, we are able to embrace the great Dave and be able to give him the respect and admiration and soullessness. He deserves the best admiration. He deserves really like what the Egyptians did for their pharaohs and made pyramids. We should really make a pyramid for Dave. We really should. And so to appease the great Dave, I'm going to make a pyramid out of chairs at my best friend Alex's house. Here we go. The bottom of the pyramid has great stability, just like the stability in Dave's leadership. You know, it's a very minimalist piece of art, but I think Dave would approve.
I want everyone to understand that Dave is really awesome, and he likes to put on this whole I'm mean and whatever. But dude freaking cares, and he's awesome, and Dave really is great.
Don't believe that Dave is great because he tells you, or because other people tell you. Get to know him, and then come to see that he's an awesome guy, and then you can be like, oh yeah, Dave's pretty great. It's always more complex than you think.
Dave happens to be a singular entity. If he had a large clone army of himself, then maybe it could be called the Great Army of Dave Clones. Unfortunately, this is not the case, and Dave happens to be a single person. So there goes that idea. But there is one thing Dave is, and that is a great guy. Not only has he made this amazing place for people to collaborate, he's gone above and beyond that to be a good friend to all of us. So let's not forget that. Dave might not be a landmark that will stand the test of time, but he is a great person that will go down in our memories forever. As long as we don't get dementia.
Have a nice Dave. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm not sure who's next. I think I may be the only one posting this week unless Brendan decides he's got free time and we'll talk about a day dedicated to him. Actually, yeah, do that. I'd be quite interested to find out what you had to say.